So I'm pretty sure Burn is just heavily favored here, right?
Mm, there's cards that Kiki-Chord has that could sway the matchup into their favor.
I guess it depends on how many like kitchen finks and everything the deck plays.
Or like turn one birds if it doesn't die.
Burn always dies. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, it should, but it doesn't have to.
Oh, never mind. Goblin Guide is an acceptable replacement. So, if you had a choice, would you Goblin Guide on one or Bolt the Bird?
Uh, being from the Kiki-Chord side, having been played this, I would always bolt the bird because they have such ridiculous plays that they can do.
Correct answer. It's always Bolt the Bird.
Like Goblin Guide's an amazing card, and I loved slamming it, but unless Zach has like a ridiculously crazy start that doesn't care what uh, Robert plays, I don't know.
Well, the real question here is, does Robert have something to actually take advantage of the turn 3?
He's on red white burn.
Kasali?
Kozai Primage can be quite good here if Zach does slam like an idol on the Great Revels, because then
It's
it will.
just a 1-for-1 there?
But it makes sure that you don't even have to take two for the one for one, and then if he plays it before combat, he can block and then do it.
True.
Or he could just trade here, which is another play, which I wouldn't be super angry with, because you're also saving on life total using that fetch land. Reveals Emrakul to the Goblin Guide
Snap
trigger.
fetch.
And then
Would you block the Goblin Guide with this Kozai Pride Mage?
I'm gonna go get a
Yes.
mountain.
Snap block.
Because I know you definitely do not block the Monastery Swift Spear. So Zachary is going down to 18, and Robert is going to 16.
Robert's already at 15, actually.
Well, this is before damage.
Yeah, before damage, Robert is still at 15.
Really?
Yeah, because of the fetch.
Oh, he did shock himself.
Yep. Whoa, where did our view go here?
So that resolves. Goblin Guide, take 2 here.
Okay, there we go.
And I'll pass.
So it looks like they just trade. What happened? What's the card underneath Goblin Guide? What did Zach play?
I did not see. It's probably some bolt effect. Shipload. If you remind me later, I could ask him for you because he does come back here.
You'd laugh.
Yeah, so it looks like Robert's life total should probably be about 11 if it was a bolt effect,
May or may not be
but it's hard telling.
after having shuffled it away.
Bolt was the card that they played, so yeah, looks like Robert should be at 11.
Yeah.
I think that's the last
Yep.
thing we want.
You can confirm with the players in case.
is a game of variance.
P and Candelar is a pretty good play here.
Yeah.
It will block.
So cheated.
Block all day.
Get this one out of here.
Okay, thank you, chat.
Go.
So it's interesting, because Zach has fetched double mound, it tells you that he has another fetch land in hand, or a Sacred Foundry in hand.
He also has a mountain hand, what it looks like to be at the top card. Also here from Robert, if he has a Quarter Calling, things could get quite ridiculous because he will have the ability to search up for a 4-drop, such as like a Restoration Angel or
Even
another
a
way to-
5-drop if he has a land.
yeah, if he has a land, it'd be a 5-drop. He could get a Glen Elendra to prevent counters.
Ooh, look at that Lava Spike. It looks like it's coming at you.
Yeah. Yep. Instant jump.
Looks like Zach has at least one non-land in hand, but it's very likely he has 2 non-land, one of which is Skullcrack, it looks like.
Looks like Robert has a Quarter Calling here.
Chord for and an Emrakul.
And say he said before that if I could show you my draw, you'd laugh so hard right now. So I imagine that was the draw.
Guaranteed. You always draw the Emrakul even if you shuffle it away. It's just how it works.
Skullcrack you, put you to 2 prowess, so she'll survive. Show me a burn spell so we can go to game 2. Okay.
Yep.
Skull crack. I don't feel like this is a good matchup for Kiki-Chord, even though Price of Progress isn't legal. Just too many colors, too many shocks coming from your lands. Like,
Yeah.
it might be better if you're like the 3-color build, but where Robert's playing all 5, it just
Well, the colors are just like splashes with 1 or 2 lands each, which will affect him in some games and probably will affect him in at least a decent amount of games. But in the sideboard that I saw before earlier, he did have some cards that would help him out a lot here, such as like I think he has 2 Thragtusk,
I saw 1.
1 Thragtusk. I think he had some other gain life card, I believe.
Yeah, but like 1 Scavenging Ooze and 1 Thragtusk aren't going to be like massive swingers. If he had multiple, sure.
See,
Or if he was playing heavy Kitchen Finks build, sure.
I don't think any version honestly plays Kitchen Finks from what I've seen.
I do right here.
You do.
Because you know what? I don't like dying to fucking burn.
Yeah.
Take your bolts, take your Goblin Guides, and go shovel.
Yeah. Burn is a pretty, I feel like a rough matchup. I didn't play it too much when I played it. And then in my list, I ran my own special list, which was just 3 colors. And then it ran such cards such as, like, it ran a Baneslayer Angel.
Yeah.
I love my Baneslayer Angel. I ran a main board Obstinate Baloth, main board Thragtusk, and I had 2 Corsair Crucifixes.
I think I can get behind almost all of
Oh,
those choices.
I ran a Batter Skull too, because it was
What?
bad. It was bad, but it was good in every matchup, because like I drew it when I needed it, and I had a foil one waiting for me, so.
Well,
I-
pack foil or
Pack foil.
okay. I was about
And
to
then,
say
like, oh my god. And then my list ran a lot more one-ofs, and since I only ran 60 cards, and then I didn't run a Fulminator Mage or a Orzhov Pontiff, even though I wanted to.
see, I didn't run either of those just because the matchups where they help in, they're still god awful, and it's just not worth it.
One opinion on Burns since I only played it once, so I mean I gotten like screwed over before that with that before too.
Oh yeah, I never pin people on anything. I played a guy earlier. Every time I've ever played him, he was on Scape Shift. Tonight he was on Ad Nauseam.
I get punished.
He
But
won.
I didn't pin him on Scape Shift. My hand was bad for Scape Shift and turned out to be perfect for Ad Nauseam.
Oh yeah. So yeah. I mean it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
That's shrinking. I narrow. I just don't
You know what I would kind of like to run as a one of in Kiki-Chord?
Baneslayer Angel.
Well, I did run that as a one of, but
That's so good.
Avacyn.
Avacyn? Which one? The new one?
Yeah, that way you can chord it up in response to like a wrath effect or something.
It would be pretty good, but I think the versions that are afraid of that, they run like the Loxodon guy from Alara Reborn, which is 3 mana, so it's a little bit easier to do it. It's a lot worse in overall because it's only a 3/3 for 3, and then like you have to sacrifice it to get the
Yeah.
protection, but in the end you do get the protection
What
that
is
you
it,
need.
the Loxodon Medic or
I
something?
think it's like Dauntless Cathar. No,
Oh,
it's not
Dauntless.
Is it? It's Dauntless something.
Dauntless.
It's not Dauntless
Escort?
Cathar. Dauntless Escort maybe. It's not Dauntless Cathar. Maybe a chat can help us or something. But
I'm
it's
too
one
lazy to
green.
look
It's
that
one
one up.
green white. I think for a 3/3 and then
sack make
sacrifice.
everything indestructible.
Yeah.
Always that.
I feel like Avacyn might be a little higher impact,
Definitely because like
a little harder to chord for.
Yeah, because you do need 5, and 5 is like that. In total, 5's 8, so 3's just 6, and that's a little bit easier, kind of on what you're doing. But I do agree that Avacyn will do more for you overall. But it could also kill all your creatures if they like kill one of your 1/1s.
Sure, but then you have a 6/5 flyer that dealt 3 to all of their dudes and them.
Yeah. Does it
Still doesn't seem bad.
Does it do to all creatures and players, or
Yeah.
just okay? So
It's
it does
all
3 to you
creatures
too.
and 3 to them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it does not do 3 to you.
Yeah, you get to avoid that.
Yeah, I think it is Dauntless Escort. It was a quick game 1 here.
Not really. I don't do that kind of stuff.
There's a card right there. We don't know why, but
It's Robert's turn 1 play. He's being impatient.
oh, Robert is very ambitious player. See, the funny thing, Robert used to play Grixis Delver a lot, and he back when Splinter Twin was a thing. I think it was a little bit after Splinter Twin was a thing, and he loves slamming, Blue Red Delver, and he loves slamming Blood Moon on me whenever I was playing Kiki-Chord, and he beat me twice in the finals for like a decent high dollar card. But we went to game 3 each time. But the third time we played, I just completely ran him over. Game 1, game 2, like it wasn't even close. But in the end, he did get more. He does have the more wins on me. So, and he did get more high dollar cards. Got a Goif and a Jace, a foil Vendilion Click and a Jace, and then I got a Grove with the Burnt Willows.
Woohoo, Grove.
Yeah.
Admittedly, if they keep not reprinting that, eventually it'll probably be right up there with those others. In
But
fact, Grove might be more expensive than Mind Sculptor now. So,
but I did have, it was from Future Sight, but I did trade that to a friend of mine.
hey. Some of us don't like playing with From the Vault cards because they're god awful and that foiling should never have existed in the first place.
I like the art, I just don't like the foiling.
The foil is just awful.
I think the art on both of them are quite nice.
I don't know, like I can't enjoy the art because of how bad the foiling is.
And 05 Wall does do stuff in this matchup, though.
No, looking at the lands on the board currently makes me really wish Price of Progress was legal.
No.
Yeah.
No. Let's just imagine you didn't say anything.
Come on, pop. What about 3 mana pop? That would be fun,
no.
right?
3 mana, 1 damage for each one. It'd still be playable. That's a bad
2
thing.
mana, deal 1 for each land.
Yeah, that's reasonable, I guess.
Yeah.
But it'd still be ridiculous. Could you
Sorcery speed.
Yeah, we're making it more reasonable. Is Price of Progress instant speed?
Yes. Oh yes.
That card's scary.
I'm pretty sure like that card and Wasteland are the entirety of the reasons of playing basics. Like Blood Moon, don't even care. Price of Progress, basics.
Yeah. Interesting here from Robert. He decides to no blocks on this Monastery Swift Spear. Would you do the same?
I would snap blocks. No
Yeah,
questions
because
asked.
like he does have to use a bolt and or a Searing Blaze to kill your, which is, I guess a Searing Blaze isn't really a 2-for-1.
He was representing Searing Blaze with the fetch though, so
Maybe his hand's really dependent.
Trigger.
We'll see. The hand's not really super dependent on it.
Seems good.
Yeah, walls are good, Robert, if you block with them. But he can chord for a 2-drop here, which is very, very good. So if none of the walls don't die, yep, the walls do not die, he can chord for a very high card next turn.
Got the expensive red fetch.
Yeah, I like the way it looks better than.
He was telling me that in the car, he likes the only reason he has the Scalding card is because he likes the way it looks over the Bloodstained Mires.
I agree.
Yo-
Admittedly, I finally started moving some of my extra Scalding cards. I'm down to like 6 of them now. Now he decides to block.
Not even the 2/2 also.
Yeah, but the
Lightning bolt you. I take 2.
He does have the Searing Blaze in hand though.
come on, Searing Blaze, that stupid
Prowess.
stupid wall here.
Unified Wills. Wouldn't work. Sad face.
Take 2, my spell isn't countered. See, last turn I would have blocked. This turn, I think I might have just taken it.
I also ran 2 like Dromoka's commands on the sideboard of my Kiki-Chord.
Interesting.
It was a really good card. It does a lot. Does helps with enchantments and the burn matchup quite a bit. I like Dromoka's command a lot. I wish we got to see a little bit more play.
I go to 12.
So what's he going to do here? Chord for a 2-drop?
You go to 13.
It looks like it.
Wait, this is for you.
Calls out that this is for me. Let's see what he does. I'm interested. Oh, was it the forest? 'Cause I really don't like that forest art.
I do actually enjoy that forest art. Some of us has good taste, others
Such a
don't.
blowout right now.
I don't know, man. Like I like Portal 3 Kingdoms a lot.
I like
And then
that just
Apex.
for the
I
white
can use
border.
big dice for once in my
Yeah.
life.
Okay.
Chord for 2.
4 for 2.
He does have a Thragtusk in hand, so that could be a.
Converted mana cost 5, so.
Yep.
Cool. You're good.
What's he getting? What's he getting?
Actually, oh, I know what card I want here.
Lone Missionary,
There's a very good card here. I think.
I think. He did bring in the Engineered Explosives, which we don't like. You Can't get an idle on a rhetoric. Excuse,
Yeah, Skiz is acceptable. I don't think it's especially great here,
Go
but
to 9.
Then go to 7.
If Robert does have a land here, he does get a slam a Thragtusk with no possible skull crack.
And I'll pass.
that's true. But he has to hit the land.
Mm-hmm. Also, another thing I like Skoos a lot about Skoos is with Wall of Roots, because you can start getting counters on each turn. He does get a land, and he does have an untapped land. He instantly slams this Thragtusk, which is very good. And going
Oh,
back
yeah.
up to 12.
Okay, go back up to 10.
No, 12. Oh, I'm at 12. I gained 5.
Yeah, you do gain 5. Okay.
And I will go to combat for 2.
Bring in the beats. No fear.
I would, yep, go to.
Yo.
So is Zach down to 11 now?
Zach is at 11 currently.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like he has at least one land in hand and 2 non-land.
Zach drew a little bit more lands than what he was wanting, I imagine. And this Goose is possibly going to be a 3/3 and gain him a life here, using the Wall of Roots.
Yeah.
I believe that is the only creature in the yard.
It is.
See, this is another matchup where I would like the second Lightning Helix.
Oh, for Kiki-Chord, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know if Zach brought his Lightning Helixes in. I
Well,
wouldn't
he
be
plays some number of
surprised.
them in the main, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
he runs 2 in the main, 2 in the side.
He does not use the wall to gain a life EOT.
Maybe he would like to have the wall so it doesn't die to blocking the 2/2. He does have a Quarter Calling in hand, which can get a Restoration Angel.
Resto on the
Red, green.
Thragtusk does seem pretty okay.
Yeah.
Kiki-Jiki?
Kiki-Jiki on the Thragtusk seems
Even
a
better.
little bit better.
Yeah.
So here, I would honestly just pass.
I would have actually made a token with Kiki-Jiki and then attacked with said token.
Well, I would rather like make sure you get the life. So I would go like pass turn, and then if he so either what happens is he tries to use a spell, or then he goes past turn. Cause I don't imagine Robert dying here. So then I'd activate end of turn, and then he'd probably skull crack, and then I go to my turn and I try to activate again. But either way, and if he actually I wouldn't even activate because we know he has Quarter Calling in hand, so he could Quarter Calling for the Restoration Angel to win.
So he also, Zach should have blocked with the Eidolon there so he doesn't take him.
And then
Yeah, he does die to 2 spells of his own, so yep, and Zach realizes it himself.
I don't know. It depends. So what I'm gonna do here is I'll path the Kiki.
Going down to 1.
I take 2 and go to 1, and then in order to prevent
the life gain.
the life gain, I'd skull crack but then die.
Die.
Yeah.
So
that was my line. So I should have. If I didn't want to die there, I blocked the Thragtusk.
it
But I
still
don't-
doesn't
I
look
don't-
too favorable for you
Either
here,
block
though.
or he should have passed the Thragtusk, let him make a copy in response, skull crack.
That'd be really good, honestly. That would have
Yeah.
been a good play. So we'll keep that down for Zach when he comes back here.
Now, Zach being on the play here, it's like, admittedly, Robert drew what, 2 of his 3 like really good sideboard cards.
What would that be from you? What cards do you think he drew?
He drew the well, he went and searched up the scavenging ooze. He drew the Thragtusk. The only one of his sideboard cards that he didn't draw that I would really like to see in this matchup was the Lightning Helix.
Well, he also had Engineered Explosives, which I'm kind of glad he didn't draw. I don't think it's good here. He also has a Lone Missionary in the main, so
Does
that
he?
could have been
Okay.
good. That could have been game 1 or 2. Because it's just a 2-drop that gains 4 that can block. It's really good.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he did draw or get 2 of his really better sideboard
One,
cards.
one was fetched using a Quarter Calling, so he did draw 1 and slam it on, I think it turned 4 maybe?
On
Yeah,
turn 4,
yeah,
yes.
so it's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
But double Wall of Roots is a good start for him.
Absolutely.
It almost looks like the color of Robert is the color of the chair he's on.
Yeah, really.
I mean, I'm glad I took that out. I'm glad I took
I'm like him a lot too, though. I get quite red sometimes when I play.
a lot more than that case right there, Huntmaster or Thrike Test would have done it. I mean, I would have gone to 9. And same scenario. I mean, when I I could have just copied Huntmaster, get 2 more life.
I do still have all my Kiki-Chord parts, so if I do want to play the deck, I could always get it out. Luckily.
Seems better than what you end up playing at Indy.
That deck did not meet the matchups it was
I
winning.
don't know. It really,
What matchup did it want?
it's really up in the air.
It's a good question.
But I feel a lot safer with Thrike Test.
Let's throw in all of these cards that
It's
belong
just
in
for me, it's
several
mitigating
different decks and
the,
some that don't belong in this format at all.
Hey,
Yeah,
I did do good at SCG Cincinnati with that horrible deck.
The Coral Helm was sweet, at least.
Yeah, it was sweet.
I don't know.
I don't know, Jesse loved my deck.
Oh no,
I should have just played Jund with Jesse.
Jesse loves any, like, pile that doesn't look like it should work, but does.
I don't know, Jesse played like the opposite of what he likes, playing Jund, which is just a good deck with good cards.
Yeah,
And
but
he
eventually
cashed that,
you...
didn't he?
I think he did, yeah.
No, I know he cashed that. I just wondering if he like 32 or 16.
Not sure. Eventually, though, if you're going to try and live the grinder lifestyle, you have to stop playing things you like and start playing things that win.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna keep.
I'll keep.
Alright. I'll actually start with the Sacred Foundry and
Ooh, Goblin Guide off the bat.
Card is Chord.
and Mega of Colin. Yep. 17, 18.
Yep. I am
Robert is winning.
going to 16 play a bird.
Robert's winning, you say?
Now he's losing.
Go.
Life totals, man, 16, 17.
You just saying Goblin Guide on board? That's like 6 life, right? By itself.
Yeah.
Come on, Searing Blaze the bird. Searing Blaze the bird. I want to see a Searing Blaze.
Yeah. Trigger?
Yeah.
Sin Collector. Cool.
Sin Collector.
Look at all that dandruff. Let's go. I go to 13.
Go ahead.
That's only slightly nasty.
Looks like he'll have to take 2 damage here. Looks like, what are the life totals again? It is...
Well, when Wizards of the Coast supports almost exclusively mid-range decks, that tends to be the style of deck you should be playing.
11? Sure.
Robert is 11 and Zach is at...
12.
Go. Seems like a good card against you right here.
Don't know if that Wall of Roots is worth going down to 11 for.
Mm-hmm.
I'll path the Wall of Roots. Yeah, Prowess trigger.
Interesting here from Zach, pathing the Wall of Roots.
Yeah, that is kind of curious.
Yeah, that's fine.
And swing for 4.
After I finish researching my basic plan,
Sure.
we got a land trigger to some resolve. I need to solidate my hand. I think I want a white choice. Most particularly because I love the art of his flames. Hashtag no guilt.
Good, no guilt. So he also is running some snow-covered plains and then a regular forest.
He's probably playing the planes because that artwork just is better than most other planes. Well, let's be honest here.
It's better than my wheat fields.
Trigger. And it does. And for that, Goblin
Winning
Guy-
is in fact a lot of fun.
Okay.
No, Swift Spear is.
Spear.
Yeah, Goblin Guy gave me a land that time.
Okay.
Exile the Swift Spear, please, Zach.
I love that reasoning.
Yeah. It's not bad. So you'll take.
Exile the Swift Spear!
I'll pass.
Please. People have trouble with this.
Yeah, really. Path to Exile kind of exiles. Who knew?
Nahiri here could be something. Just exile the 2 and then die to triple bolt.
It's not even died to Triple Bolt, died to Shock. Starts at 4, -2.
I was talking about Robert because he's
Oh.
at 9.
Gotcha. I think he has to advance his board state somehow, so
Sitting Collector here could also be a thing. Trying to get a
Bolt effect out,
yeah, preferably
then
a
trade
Skull
with-
Crack.
then trade with the
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Keeping up a green and a blue.
Reveals her hand. Okay. And
This would go to exile with the Swift
got
Spear.
Lava Spike, Lightning Bolt, Boros Charm, Boros Charm.
Look at that hand! Oh jeez.
Yeah.
So you get
Sorry, Robert. This isn't looking good for you.
Yeah, about that, Robert.
Yeah, I feel like you just take Skullcrack here and pray.
You have to hit
I never get
Thragtusk
it back.
next turn, otherwise you're dead.
Which he has a quarter calling in hand. I think he can do it almost.
No,
1, 2,
he's
3,
still-
4, 5, 6.
He's off by 2.
Yeah.
So I'm dead next in 2 turns.
Yay, he can do math.
Yeah. This hand is pretty stacked though from
Like,
Zach.
you almost have to take the lightning bolt here because it slows the clock down.
It does.
Of course, then Zach rips another bolt effect or land, and the clock is the same.
But yeah, I feel like you just take Skullcrack and hope you get like a lone missionary or something. Or I guess you could tutor lone missionary. That gains you 4 life. Which is a Boros charm. So let's do this out here. So
I feel like it has to be lightning bolt.
I think Skullcrack here because the only way you're winning is like if you gain life.
Skullcrack. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which would be to the Monastery Swiftspear.
So it's now, unless he drew Skullcrack, the play is definitely Lava Spike, Lightning Bolt.
Putting him to 3.
Yep.
And then you can tutor up.
He also attacks with the Goblin Guide purposefully. That way you limit the amount he can chord for.
He could still chord for Lone Missionary though. It's only
That
2.
will spike you. You go to 6.
Yep.
I play a Scalding Tarn.
Oh geez. Yeah, that Lone Missionary isn't doing so much.
Yeah.
You should have attacked with the Goblin Guide though.
Yeah.
Not bad.
No, is that just another Nahiri? I
Yeah.
think that is pretty bad. Sorry.
Let me think of my outs here.
Okay.
Gotta think if I have any.
Gotta think if I have any.
As you said, Lone Missionary at least buys him a turn.
Yeah, it's not looking like it will buy him too much because he
He's
just.
dead next turn even with Lone Missionary.
Yeah, it's the land that killed him. Looks like Zach's draw here has been quite friendly to him.
Missionary today?
Still should have attacked with Goblin Guide.
Yeah.
Great.
For 3.
Okay. Sure. I'll
2.
just do it now. I don't know what you're gonna get. I'm just gonna be safe. Put you to 2.
What does he get for 3? Does he have an out at 3?
Looks like we're shaking here.
Earthquake! So funny, he's looking at
Even
Spellskite, and it doesn't save him.
No, not really.
Spellskite honestly would have saved him if he didn't tap the blue source. Arguably.
We still get you a card.
I mean, I'm dead.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, let me just see what I get here.
Sure.
Hey.
Something that gains,
Wait, it can't be Emrakul.
6 life.
All right.
It literally cannot be Emrakul. Oh, yeah, got it.
Okay. Cool, dude. Yeah, I took out 2 Lightning Helix and brought in 2 paths.
Yeah,
We'll still get to see.
Sing Collector, 'cause,
Actually,
I mean, it's better than Emrakul. I kind of wanted 2 Helix. Yeah, my sideboard.
told you 2
My
Helix.
sideboard wasn't that ready for burn.
Yeah, those engineered
Burns down
explosives
right now.
probably
Yeah,
were
like
feeling kind of
5%.
bad.
Yeah.
Eidolon Rhetoric seemed loose, but
No, the Thragtusk definitely got you.
he got me game 2. And then
Thragtusk OP.
Obstinate Bailoff would have been better in one of those slots, especially in this meta too. Also, with all the Jund decks running
Because I
around.
feel like if I'm
Jund
casting
and
Nahiri,
Grixis, yeah.
it's going to be long game anyway.
How many Nahiris do you play?
Or I probably should have taken out more, probably for a Pride Mage. I probably should have kept Pride Mage.
Pride Mage seems fine.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
mean,
it's just like
Keeping 2 drops
Yeah,
in
I mean,
seems good.
I should probably just kept out take out the whole Emrakul and Nahiri package.
I agree with
Yeah.
that.
I mean,
4 drops seem kind of bad.
Yeah, you don't really have
And
the time
15
to
drops.
sit there and
Oh,
filter through your
yeah.
deck,
I mean-
especially if you don't have draw
yeah,
spells.
like these 3 should have been 3 Nahiris.
I'll get there.
Oh.
like 6.
The painful truths are extremely painful for you. And these stupid scions are protecting me from Liliana.
Get the comment? Yeah. 10.
Actual Stone Rain?
Actual Stone Rain. This
What
is
are you doing?
This is the situation. This is why.